Okay, so I'm not cool enough to be on the Hot Rod Power Tour. I'd like to do it someday, but it seems like everybody that's on YouTube is down there right now. Looks like good fun. Maybe I will someday. But I am going on a road trip. I'm going to sort of the same road trip as I did last year, but not quite as far. Going a couple provinces over, going through a couple provinces. Should be fun. Taking 57 truck. What better way to sort out a new build than to drive it like, I don't know, 3,000 miles or something like that. So I've got a short list of things I got to do before we go, and we're leaving in about a week. So see what I can get accomplished between now and then. So if you haven't watched any of the progress on this build, now's a good time to check out my other videos. This is my 1957 Chevy Truck. I swapped a 6-liter LS in it this past winter, did a bunch of rust repair in the floor and new interior, new to me interior and all that kind of stuff. So what's changed in the last little bit that you guys haven't seen is the front end is a little higher. It's still very low, but it's a little higher. I got some different springs for the coilovers and dropped it off at my friend's shop, and Chad and Greg got it all sorted out. The springs have been replaced, and then it had an alignment. It had some shims to bring the front end up, so the front end is up about 1 inch from where it was before, which will help me for a little bit of ground clearance and a little bit more suspension travel, because the coilovers were adjusted so they were pretty tight. So it's riding better. It's sitting more level. It's still not level, but it's more level. It still has a nice rake. I'm pretty happy with the stance, so this is the final stance, so that's good. Things I have to do. First thing is this box. We're concerned about weather, obviously. We're going in a pickup truck. We're going to have luggage. So a friend of mine gave me this box. So I think it's pretty cool. It matches the truck with it sitting outside a little bit. It's got some rust, which is cool. I got a latch for it to be able to put a lock on it because the key for it was probably gone 100 years ago. It's got a bunch of crap inside of it that's part of it because it's like a wardrobe chest. It's supposed to be up like this. So I have to take all that crap out and clean it, and then I'm going to bolt it to the bed of the truck. I have to move it ahead so it's head back, so that way this can pivot enough to be able to open, and that's where we'll keep stuff that we don't want to get wet or stolen or whatever. So that's on my list. Sort out this box. Cruise control. I've been procrastinating with this forever. I bought this lever. Bought this lever here, and it's the same one that's in my Malibu, and it works really good in the Malibu, but the Malibu has an aftermarket Dakota digital cruise control thing. I'm using the stock GM cruise control for the 6-liter in this. This is I can't remember how this goes. This is either normally open and the system's normally closed. The system requires a normally closed switch, or the other way around. One way or another, this is the wrong logic for the switch. So what I have is I bought some relays. Where are they? Automotive relays. My pile of junk. I bought some relays. Let's see what they look like. Holy, there's a lot of them. I only need 2. And I've got a little diagram that I got off the Googles about how to switch the logic so I can utilize this cruise control switch. And it's just going to change this signal from a normally open to normally closed, or the other way around, whatever that works. However that works. So I got to do that. Shift knob rattle. Man, this thing sucks. So I love the shifter, but I don't know if you guys can hear that. This center vibrates in the knob. I ordered a new knob. It's in California. I'm in Ontario, Canada. I don't know if it's going to be here in a week. So I'm going to play with the adjustment. There's a cable in here, and apparently that affects this thing's ability to rattle. Just not a very good design. I really like this shifter. I want to like this shifter, but at the same time I hate it. So it works really good, but this knob thing sucks, and the install was kind of a pain. So I got to deal with that, because that's very annoying, and I can't drive 3,000 miles with my hand on the shift knob. What else do I got? Oh, I got a little rattle in the door panel. I changed and I installed door locks because I didn't have door locks in this thing. So I got a little rattle in the door panel that I got to take care of. What else do I have? Oh, the pedal. This one's going to be a bitch. So if you can see, the gas pedal's actually higher than the brake pedal, which I knew when I installed it, and it's not really a problem, but it might be a problem on a long trip. So what I want to do is, that's the drive-by-wire pedal. I can unbolt it, and I'm going to shorten it. I'm going to cut this off here, I think, somewhere, and shorten it, maybe take an inch out of it, and that'll move it up and in. But I have to be careful that I still have travel, and that I'm still away from this tunnel, because that was the problem when I put it in. It's just to try and get my leg at a better angle, because my leg right now, it's kind of like a bent knee kind of deal. And if I can get it sort of up and in an inch, you know, it'll just change my my leg's position. Obviously the cruise control is going to help that too. So I'm going to leave that till maybe till last, because if I don't get to it, I don't get to it. But I think for comfort, I should probably figure out how to do that. What else do I have? Spin you around. These ones are easy. Tie-down hooks. I bought some hooks to screw into the bed floor, so that's like 2 minutes. Tools, I gotta figure out what tools to take. Speedo, and no, that is not pack my Speedo. The speedometer is out of whack. It's not calibrated for this truck's situation, and it's just stock GM stuff. So the guy who built my harness and did the tune for the computer said that if I just swing by his shop, he'll tweak that. So I'm gonna have to take a drive. He's about, I don't know, 40 minutes away. So I'm gonna have to take a drive and get him to tweak that so the speedometer will be working. It works, but that it'll be accurate, and because that's kind of handy to have an accurate speedometer when you're going on a road trip, so I don't get a damn ticket. Believe it or not, the last ticket I got, and I haven't had one in a while, was in that ramp side truck. It is by far not my most powerful vehicle, but that's the last time I got a ticket. Anyways, I better get going on this stuff. So I guess this is the change of plans. Relays, maybe I've got the wrong ones. I'm not sure. I might have the wrong number of relay. So it's not going to work for the cruise control. For whatever reason, it's not working. So I'm out of time. I don't really want to wait for more relays to come in and then have some sort of problem. I'm gonna just I've been making up a switch panel. I'm just gonna make I got a toggle switch and 2 push buttons. Show you what this mess. Don't pay any attention to this, it's not mine. This is pretty nice though. So I've made this little guy here, and I've got a toggle switch to turn it on. I got 2 of these little push button switches. I bought these a while ago because I figured I might have to do this when I didn't think I could make that stock work. So I'm not going to remove that stock because I still want it to work. But hey, I'm going on a trip in a week, so I got to get this stuff rolling. So I'm going to paint this with wrinkle black. Wrinkle black. I like wrinkle black because it hides, so it'll hide all this crap. And also, I can dry it with the heat gun and make it wrinkle, and then it happens a lot quicker because I need to make this work. So I got to punch 2 holes in the top, I think, and figure out how that's going to mount in there. And it's going to have the toggle switch and 2 of these push buttons, and I'll pre-wire it. I'll cut all those relays and crap out of there for now. I'm going to leave the bulk of it in there, but I'm just going to cut it out just so I like cut out the harness part or whatever that I made there, so that way I can put it back in later if I get the right relays. I just I'm not grasping what it is that I need to do there, so I need to get my head around some electrical drawings, which I haven't had to do in a long time because I haven't been an electrician in a long time. So I got to pop a couple more holes in this for mounting. Maybe make it straight would be helpful. Jeez, that's awful. Put a straight edge on that and straighten that out. Yeah, temporary, but we all know temporary becomes permanent if it works. So I'll carry on with that. Let's try this again. My GoPro is being a pain in the ass. So my switch and push buttons for my cruise control are in. They don't work. Put 12 volts to it, or there's 12 volts everywhere, and I turn it on and it all does what it's supposed to do, but it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. It doesn't work the cruise control. So I'm going to see the harness guy anyways sometime, but the speedometer, so maybe I'll get him to look at this with me and see if maybe there's something going on with the harness, or just a second set of eyes in case I don't have something right. I think everything's right. So anyways, I've removed the pedal. I'm going to work on that. Take you over to door number 2. Here's my pedal. Wide open throttle is when that hits that plate in there. So I can get wide open throttle, it's no problem. The problem is this sits too high, so I need to figure out a way to move this down a little bit. So I think, and I do have room to move it over, so I think if I section an inch out of here, cut an inch out, and then weld it, it should work. But what I'll do for now is I'll slice it, and then like put it beside it, and maybe either tack it or clamp it or something, and then take it and try it. I kind of can't really screw it up because I need it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that now. Okay, so that's all done. So that's one thing that went okay. I took out, no, knock that on the floor when it's wet. I took out that much, not that much, however that much is, about an inch and a half, inch and a quarter. Tried it a bunch of times. I think it's good. I think it's a lot better. I think it's going to be a lot more comfortable. Every little bit helps. So now I'm going to, I guess I'll work on that box and see what that's all about, because that's kind of fun.
This cruise control business and this mess that I have left from it is not fun. So I think while I'm making a mess, I'll just continue to make a mess. And I'm going to open this thing up, take all the crap out of it, figure out what I need to, how far I need to set it back for it to be able to pivot open. And then I'm going to anchor it to the floor. So I'll open that up and see what that looks like. So this is roughly how far ahead it would have to be for it to open successfully. This is the crap that was in it, because it's like a wardrobe kind of thing. It's kind of crappy, but yes, everything is. I need to clean this all out because it's kind of like moldy and stuff, and I'm going to be putting my luggage in here. I'm not going to be putting my bare clothes in here, but you know, my suitcase will go in there or something. So it'd be kind of nice if it was just, if the top wasn't so tall, but it is what it is. I've got it, and I think it's going to be good. I'm going to have to take this out and those thingy-majigs and clean it. And this crap here can go out to my scrap trailer. So today's a new day. Yesterday was a complete shit show. Everything I tried to do, not everything, but almost everything I tried to do didn't go well. The cruise control didn't go well. The box in the back that I thought was going to be easy and fun didn't go well. And, oh, the pedal went okay, though. The pedal went okay. I sectioned about 1.25 inches out of the pedal, and it's a lot better. It's in a lot better situation. The box, I removed all the guts out of it. It's kind of moldy and smells like a, I don't know what. Anyways, nothing that I should say. Anyways, it's outside right now. My wife sprayed some mold cleaner on it. I cleaned some stuff out of it. We think that's it cleaned up well, but it's still water's still gonna penetrate, so that's not really ideal. So got some as seen on TV Flex Seal, and my wife is gonna paint the inside of it, or I'm gonna paint the inside of it. One of us is, and I think I'm gonna clear coat the outside to protect the rust. It'll kind of match the truck too, but it'll protect it from getting any rustier and hopefully help seal it up. So I do like the box. I decided that I'm gonna mount it. It's not here, so I can't show you, but I'm going to mount it the other way so it hinges backwards, so I don't have to space it back away from the cab, because that kind of looks silly. What else do we got? So the pedal is in, and it's lower than the brake pedal, which is like most normal cars. There's my cruise control switch thing that I made. It's kind of nice. I like it anyways. Yeah, so for once the steering wheel is straight when you're driving it down the road. That's pretty cool. I tweaked that shift knob a little bit, adjusted it, tightened the screw, played with the little button in the set screw. It seems to be better, and it's not rattling now. It's not going to last, so I'm going to have to carry an Allen key with me and maybe put some Loctite on it. Hopefully my new shift knob will come in before I go, but I doubt it because it's still in Los Angeles and I'm leaving in a week, so that's more than a week away. I do have a rattle somewhere in here. Now I had this off because I was putting in the door locks. So what I think I'll do is I'll pop this back off. Lots of things to rattle. I think I'll pop this back off and maybe put some of that kill mat inside. Oh, about the cruise control. I talked to the guy that's did my harness. That I'm going to see him this afternoon to calibrate the speedometer to the truck. He's going to look at the cruise with me because it's all wired correctly as per the diagrams that I have and everything else. Either I'm missing something or something's turned off on the tune. I have no idea. Either way, it doesn't work, and it should work. So hopefully he can help me make it work. Yeah, I got to take the Malibu down at some point. I've had the Corsa out. I got to take the Malibu down at some point. Wow, that's bright. And the spare tire that I'm going to use is in the trunk of the Malibu from the road trip from last year, along with my scissor jack and a couple of things that I want to take with me. I think what I'm going to do is mount these wherever those little straps went. These guys, these strap things that I got. I think I'm going to mount them back here after the box is mounted, and that way I'll be able to put the spare in the center and then just go kitty corner with a couple of tie downs, and then the spare will be there. I'll put the scissor jack and the handle and everything underneath it. It should be fine. No one's going to steal my spare tire, and if they do, well, I hope they take the rest of the truck. No, I don't, because I couldn't afford to replace it. Yeah, it's coming along. It's working great. Been sorting out squeaks and rattles. Looking forward to doing this. So I'm going to take these panels off now and put some kill mat in there. Okay, so there's foam on both sides now. It kind of bulges out here in between the screws, but I would rather have it bulge out in between the screws than have it squeak. So hopefully this tighten, still a little rattly down here somewhere. Hopefully that tightened it up some. It's not going to be perfect, but any little annoyance like that becomes really annoying after a long road trip. So I got to go now and where am I? Here I am. I have to go now and go down to see the guy with harness stuff, the harness stuff guy, and try and get my cruise control working and get my speedometer calibrated. That'll be good. So it's the next day, and once again, I still don't have cruise control. I'm working on it though. I went down yesterday to the tuner slash calibrator, as he calls himself. And he built my harness for me. A really sharp guy, and he calibrated my speedometer. It is bang on with the GPS, which is better than I've had on any old car, which is kind of neat. He also gave me some insight on my cruise control. So what I've got going on is I have a trailing voltage on the brake pedal switch. So there's, for some reason, a random 4 volts that's just kind of sitting there on the brake pedal switch power. So that way the computer always thinks the brake pedal switch is on. So it's not going to turn on the cruise control. Now, he also noticed that my torque converter lockup isn't working. So that's interesting. So he said I could install a relay. He explained it to me and it made sense. I can't explain it to you because I don't remember. But he said if I install a relay, let's look at this. If I install a relay that he provided, and I wire in 12 volts for my brake light switch, constant 12 with the ignition on, wire my torque converter lockup, the ground on, and this one goes to my cruise control input, that there we go, that it will
kill two birds with one stone, or whatever that saying is. And I will eliminate the issue of my random 4 volts. I will have my torque converter lockup working, and I will have cruise control, which is good because we leave in like, what's today? Today is Saturday. We leave in like 5 days to go very far, like 3,000 miles or something. So drove the truck 2 hours round trip basically, and we're good. Shift points are different. Shift points moved. So when he calibrated the speedometer, that also moved the shift points. It's not a problem. It's not any better or worse. It's just different. So it's shifting in a different spot than what it was before, which is more aligned with probably the way it should shift, because when I was doing 100 kilometers an hour before, the truck thought I was doing 60 kilometers an hour, something like that. I think 100 kilometers an hour GPS was 66 indicated, and I think 80 kilometers an hour GPS was 57 indicated. So that's quite a bit of error. So now that the indicated and the GPS speed are aligned, my shift points have all sort of adjusted. They sort of went with the speedometer, if that makes any sense. I'm not the best at explaining this, but I'm starting to understand it. He showed me a bunch of things about fuel tables and high octane and low octane tables and stuff like that. Stuff that I didn't know about. Was really enlightening. He also has an engine that I might be interested in for my 55. So I'm going to go and wire this relay in, and then probably call it a day on the video, because if not, this video is going to go on for decades. I'll show you one other thing. This is my box. My wife cleaned it all out. It doesn't smell moldy anymore. It did smell like an old movie theater or something. It was really bad. It's all tin lined, and this is almost like looks like drywall or something, but I don't know. It's all built into it. So she's going to scrape the loose crap off, and we're going to paint it with that Flex Seal stuff I was talking about yesterday, I think. And then I'm going to spray some aerosol clear on the outside just to protect this surface rust from getting much worse, and keep some of the color on it. It'll also make it kind of pop a bit, and it'll match the truck. And at the very least, this is going to be good for the trip, and maybe it'll get junked when I come back, or maybe it'll stay in the truck. I don't know, it's kind of neat. It's big enough to hold her suitcase and my suitcase, and probably some tools. So I'm going to wire this relay, and then maybe I'll take you with me when I'm trying this cruise control. Here I am again, telling you the same story. Cruise still doesn't work. It's starting to become the question of, do I take this truck on the road trip with no cruise control? The pedal is more comfortable than it was, but it's not that comfortable, and 3,000 miles is a long way. Maybe I take the Malibu. I don't know. I can disconnect power altogether from the brake light switch and everything, the new relay, and I still have 4.7 volts on the cruise control wire. Waiting to hear back from the harness dude to see if he has any ideas. He didn't have any more ideas than this last night, although he's a lot smarter than me with this stuff, so maybe he's got some sort of trick up his sleeve, but it's kind of looking like I'm not going to have cruise control in the immediate future, and I only have a few days left until we leave, and I have to work 4 days in between there. So, yeah, not sure what's going to happen yet. But my relay's in. Stay tuned, and I'll try and update what the fix is, if there's a fix. But right now, I might have to take the Malibu down off the shelf and dust it off and fuel it up and get it ready for the trip. Okay, so cruise works. Imagine that. Magic. problem was, well, there's a lot of problems. But one of the problems, the main problem, is that a stock GM truck wants to see resistance from its third brake light. Normally you can accomplish this by just wiring your switch for your cruise control into your brake light switch, which is what I had done. LED taillights don't have any resistance, so it didn't offer me the resistance I need. So I solved that by installing a bulb under the hood. I connected a bulb in series with the line that I was getting 4 volts on. So what that 4 volts is, it's a trailing voltage, and apparently it sends a signal, and it has to sense resistance. And if it doesn't have resistance, so like if you've got a newer Chevy Truck and your third brake light was out, your one that's up here was out, cruise control won't work. It's a safety feature so that when Grandpa's driving his new Silverado in 2003 or whatever, 2005, that he doesn't set the cruise control and then push the brake pedal and not have it shut off. That'd be a bad day. So I installed this. This was all advice from the guy that built my harness, because fortunately he's very helpful, because I don't know this stuff. I don't know the idiosyncrasies of 2000s GM modern stuff. So it all works. Let me show you. So doing whatever, 90. Turn my switch on. Push my button. And I am foot off the pedal. And I'm cruising at whatever, 84. My Excel, just push and hold the button. Doing 95. Hit the brake. Shuts it off. Just like it's supposed to. So the other thing is that I now have a torque converter lockup, which I didn't have before. I didn't realize I didn't have it, but it'll probably make it a lot more economical for cruising and for my trip. So now that I have cruise control working, we can take this truck. I don't have the box finished yet. My wife is working on that right now while I'm out playing with the truck. And yeah. So this video is all over the place. It definitely won't be short, I'm sure. Thanks for sticking with me. This is pretty much closing the chapter on this truck build anyways. Rebuild, version, whatever you want to call it. And looking forward to this road trip and a little vacation. And let me know what you guys think. Want to see it? I'll document some of my travels along the way, and things I check and that sort of thing. Alright, thanks for watching, and please consider subscribing and all that good stuff. Check out my other videos on all the build of this truck.